Hey, happy Monday. Good morning. Dreary start to the day. Can you tell I got rained on in the backyard? Kind of gave up on the umbrella. It's been a gloomy start to our day and our week. You can see the time lapse from earlier this morning. Those low clouds, a couple times they're just swallowed up the downtown skyline. So chances are if you were out and about this morning, you probably saw some fog. You probably saw a little bit of light mist at some point. And if you're out to the northwest of the Twin Cities, closer to Alexandria, well, those folks saw some heavier rain this morning. Low temperatures were not very low, pretty warm in fact, upper 60s in the Twin Cities. And the only reason that we got down to 69 was because we had a little bit of a passing shower that cooled us off slightly. It still felt warm and muggy though. Look at Alexandria, 66. You'll notice that's a little bit cooler than the neighboring areas. And the reason for that is they got all the rainfall. So they had that rain cooled air, which is exactly what it sounds like. We have the rain, it comes through and it can cool temperatures down just a touch. We've got active weather this week, so we are not done with the rain and storm chances. If anything, today looks pretty tame compared to tomorrow and Wednesday. So make sure that you are double checking the forecast regularly. I'll be real with you, things will change between now and tomorrow night. Things will certainly change before Wednesday. So you want to just be checking, right? Be checking back in with the forecast, have multiple ways to get weather alerts. You always want more than one just in case. So your app on your phone is one, NOAA Weather Radio is another one, etc. Keep outdoor plans flexible too. That'll be necessary tomorrow, today even, and especially into our Wednesday. We'll dive into all of that. First, let's take a look at the radar. The Twin Cities seeing clouds, not a lot of rain, maybe some light sprinkles lingering, but the heavy rain is off to our northwest. You can see Alexandria picked up on that, and now we have this cluster approaching St. Cloud. It'll probably make its way there by late morning. A lot of the lightning has let up a little bit, so that's a sign that that storm is weakening, and it was never super strong. It did put down a good amount of rainfall, but we only observed wind gusts with that cluster of storms up to about 30 miles per hour. So that does not meet severe criteria. Severe criteria is going to be wind gusts that need to be 58 miles per hour or above, and or hailstones that are at least an inch in diameter. So we can't issue severe thunderstorm warnings based on things like heavy rain and lightning. That's just kind of a different ballpark. So those storms not severe so far today. I don't expect severe weather in the metro today. We should make our way into the low 80s. It is going to feel very muggy, unfortunately. Waves of rain, a few storms are possible, but there are better chances tomorrow and Wednesday. So tomorrow, I don't think we see the storms until pretty late in the evening. We're going to start this weather impact alert at 8 p.m. tomorrow. It lasts through all of Wednesday. That doesn't mean it's going to rain all day Wednesday. It won't, but I do think that Wednesday morning we have some leftover storms from Tuesday night. Then Wednesday late morning, early afternoon, that's when we get a little bit of dry time, but Wednesday afternoon and evening, we're really going to get going with strong to severe storms. That's when we have our level 3, or what we call an enhanced risk for severe weather. So Wednesday is definitely the day to watch. Thursday, we have no chance for rain, but it will be muggy. But we're going to drop that humidity along with our temperatures by the end of the week and into the upcoming weekend. And I think that will be a welcome change, especially after seeing storm chances nearly every day through midweek. As of about just after 9 o'clock this morning, we're seeing some light rain moving through the metro up towards Blaine. Blanket of clouds overhead. And let me move this a little bit. There's our cluster of storms that we've been watching, just approaching St. Cloud as of about 9 o'clock. If this holds together, it probably won't make it to the metro until about 11 o'clock this morning, or should I say early afternoon. But notice how the lightning kind of goes away. At about 8 a.m., this storm was producing a lot of lightning as well as heavy rainfall. But as we bring it up to speed, 9-10 a.m., it is losing a lot of that lightning, and the rainfall is still heavy. You can see north of Wilmer, that's still a pretty good pocket of rain, but it's not as linear. It's falling apart a little bit. So this storm is showing signs of weakening. So will it make it to the Twin Cities? I think it still could, but it won't be as robust by the time it gets here. So there's your radar from the morning. We just saw a lot of rain up to our northwest. Not as much rain here in the Twin Cities, just some light showers. We're going to see mostly cloudy skies today. It will be muggy with that continued light wind out of the southeast. We should get into the lower 80s today. It'll be warm, it'll be sticky. Not the best day, but it's not going to pour on us, so I guess we'll take it. 83 today is our forecast high. Overnight tonight, I think there will be some fog developing with lows getting down into the mid to upper 60s. And then tomorrow, we have that chance for some storms in the evening, strong storms on your Wednesday. In fact, this needs to be updated. I'll go ahead and do it right now. We decided to make this change to the weather impact alert during the show this morning. We were kind of collaborating as a weather team, and we have decided that because of the chance for storms Tuesday night, and again Wednesday morning and Wednesday night, we needed a longer duration weather impact alert. So you'll see that pop up on your screen just in a moment here. It's gonna update, I promise. I'm getting the spinning wheel. There we go. So this is the update on the 3-day forecast. Tuesday morning, it's going to be okay. We have storms arriving into the evening. There is a severe weather outlook for tomorrow, pretty much across the state of Minnesota. Some areas at a higher risk than others. And then for Wednesday, it's all hands on deck for the metro because we're at a level 3 enhanced risk of severe weather. Notice how that also could be our warmest day of the year so far. We haven't seen 90s yet. There's a good chance we see those 90s on Wednesday, and all of that warmth and humidity is going to be fuel for the strong storms Wednesday afternoon. So weather impact alert starts Tuesday evening, goes through the duration of your Wednesday. Wednesday will feature some dry time, but during the afternoon and evening, we really need to be vigilant for those storms that could develop. Thursday just looks muggy, mid 80s. And here's another look at the radar. If you're getting ready to head out this morning, there are storms marching towards St. Cloud, but they are on a weakening trend. I don't think that we'll see much activity here in the metro. If we do, it wouldn't be until a little bit closer to noon today. So as far as severe weather goes today, we have a level 1, or what we call a marginal risk, for Alexandria, Ortonville, essentially the same areas where we saw those heavy rain where we saw the heavy rain and storms developing earlier this morning. That is the same area that's highlighted for severe weather today. It's only a level 1, so it's not overly concerning. Now, we also have a level 1 marginal risk for excessive rainfall today. This encompasses nearly all of Minnesota, and then it gets into Wisconsin as well. You'll notice parts of Wisconsin, including La Crosse, are going to be in yellow there, so that's a level 2. That means that the threat for some localized flash flooding is a little bit higher. For Minnesota, I'm not really concerned about flash flooding as much as I'm concerned about just excess water on the roadways. We did get one flash flood warning with the storms that developed Sunday night, so it would be a little bit of a similar setup here. So what is the impact for this week? Rounds of rain and storms. You're going to need to be flexible with your plans, and it's hot and humid. That heat, that humidity is fueling the storm potential. It's just one of those things that is working in the favor of the storms. The greatest threat for severe weather will be Wednesday afternoon into the evening, but we could also see severe weather as early as tomorrow evening. That would be Tuesday. And like I just talked about, any place where we see heavy rain, we could see some issues with runoff or localized flooding. So flooding in the streets, in low-lying areas, a little bit of standing water, that is possible, but there is no extreme risk for flash flooding by any means. Let's look at the microcast. This is our in-house model. I think it's doing a decent job so far, showing some dry time this afternoon, then redevelopment of showers and storms by about 6:30 tonight. So you'll notice here that as we fast forward this, those storms never really make it into the metro area. This is a little bit after midnight tonight, and it's quiet for the metro. So chances are those storms develop, then they weaken, and they don't make it into our neck of the woods. Tomorrow morning, blanket of clouds. I think that quite a few of those clouds may be sitting pretty close to ground level. In other words, we're probably looking at some fog to start our Tuesday morning. Tuesday afternoon looks quiet. The storms don't develop until the evening. Notice the time here, nearly 10 p.m., and we have a line of storms forming to our west. This will take some time, but this line should make it into the metro. And when it does, it could be 2, 3 a.m. on your Wednesday morning. But these look like some strong storms here. I think that there could be a wind threat with this for sure, especially for northwestern Minnesota. Storms that form tomorrow night could produce wind gusts 70, 75 miles per hour. So that is definitely meeting severe criteria and then some. As we get into our Wednesday, keep in mind that's the day we have the weather impact alert. There's some dry time, but by late afternoon, storms are redeveloping. And with those afternoon cells, we'll be really watching those because I think that all threats will be on the table. So that means that strong wind gusts, large hail, and tornadoes will all be possible. Tuesday or tomorrow, this is our outlook. Pretty low for the Twin Cities, but it is still possible that we get 1 or 2 severe storms. The outlook is a little bit higher there in yellow for Brainerd, Alexandria, Willmar, Marshall. It's a level 2, and then you have that level 3 up in Thief River Falls, Moorhead, and really all of North Dakota. As we get into our Wednesday, that level 3 will shift into the Twin Cities. But for tomorrow, I just mentioned winds up to 75 miles per hour will be possible. That is mainly for this area here in red. A very elevated wind threat for northwestern Minnesota. Now, it is still a threat for the Twin Cities, but I don't think that we see winds as aggressive as what we're going to see up in the northwestern portion of the state. We do have the chance to see hail, and the tornado threat for tomorrow, not really existent. That's a good thing, but for Wednesday could be a different story. So again, that's why I encourage you to check back in with the forecast frequently over the next 48 hours because a lot could change here. This is the latest severe weather outlook for Wednesday. This means it's our day 3 outlook. There are going to be changes. So I think that the area where you see the orange and the yellow, it'll likely shift a little bit before we actually get to Wednesday. But for now, we really want to highlight this because the Twin Cities is in that area that has the level 3 enhanced risk. Same with Rochester, Menominee, La Crosse. We're all in this on our Wednesday. Now for the yellow, that encompasses most of Minnesota out of the Twin Cities, outside of the Twin Cities rather. That's a slight risk, a level 2, and only a small stripe there are under a level 1 marginal risk. That includes Laverne. So there's a lot of stormy activity. It's an active week. It's easy to get the wires crossed because there are storms in the forecast or possible storms nearly every day through midweek. So let's go ahead and break this down. Today, scattered rain and storms are in the forecast. They are not expected to be severe. Tomorrow, during the evening, we're talking late in the evening, likely after nightfall, we could see strong to severe storms developing to our west. It would take some time for those to arrive in the Twin Cities. In fact, that would probably happen overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday. Wednesday morning, some of those storms may still be lingering. Then we get some dry time. By the time we get into Wednesday afternoon and evening, there is a rising threat for a severe weather outbreak where all hazards would be on the table. So we're talking wind, hail, tornadoes, and then along with that, we'll have some pockets of heavy rain. And of course, any storm that develops will likely have frequent lightning. So the bottom line, literally, is going to be monitor the forecast for updates this week. Make sure that you have a way to get those weather alerts. This is the play-by-play on that weather impact alert. We have made some changes as of this morning. Tuesday night through all of Wednesday. That's when it's going to be in effect. So this is a long stretch of possible storms. It's not going to storm the whole time, but within that time frame, anything that does develop will be pretty robust. So rounds of severe storms possible here. What you need to do is prepare for severe weather. What does that mean? It means having ways to get alerts. It also means talking to your family about what your severe weather plan is. Should something develop, does everybody know where your shelter is, where your safe place is? Does everybody know how you plan to communicate in the event of a severe thunderstorm warning? Today, we're climbing into the lower 80s. We could see a little bit more scattered rain throughout the day. Tonight, 60s, mid to upper 60s, with a little bit of fog on our Tuesday morning. Tuesday afternoon, hot and humid, upper 80s to near 90. Good chance of reaching the 90s for western Minnesota, and it's just going to feel muggy and sticky. Storms will develop after dark tomorrow night. Here is the 7-day forecast, looking active through midweek. Scattered rain today, nothing severe for the Twin Cities. Tomorrow morning, 60s and some fog. By the evening, we've got storms moving in from the west. So that's when our weather impact alert kicks off tomorrow evening. It lasts through all of Wednesday. I think Wednesday will start with some leftover storms from the night before, and then by Wednesday evening, another round of strong to severe storms develops. That could also be one of the warmest days, if not the warmest day of the year so far.